I guess I was just in the mood to watch stuff that was kind of decent back when I was in high school, and or fresh out of high school in the case of Wrong Turn. But this one, I was still in high school when this came out, and it's Bones, starring Snoop Dogg. This just came out from Scream Factory, or it's coming out from Scream Factory, and it's another one of those that I remember I had the DVD when it came out, and I maybe I had the DVD a few years after it came out. I don't think I'd even seen it until after I was out of high school, but I had the DVD and I watched it, and it was just kind of like, well, I've seen it, and I just forgot it. It's the old Snapcase DVD. I still have it. This looks good. Like, it's on Blu-ray now, and it looks good. And, which my case is a little bit damaged from the mail. As you saw, pieces of it just flew out of there. I'm going to have to swap the cases, but there's that. And there's quite a few extras here for this movie, but this is a movie that tried so hard to make a new horror franchise. Like, you could tell they tried their best to go like the Candyman route or something like that. And it borrows from several different things. Like, there's a little bit of Hellraiser here. There's a little bit of Nightmare on Elm Street here. Maybe that's because, I think it was New Line Cinema that made this at the time. So they were channeling some Freddy, channeling some Hellraiser. And it didn't quite get there, even though it's okay. Snoop plays this guy named Bones, and he kind of got betrayed back in the day, so now we're back in the then present time, and people are moving into the house, and the house is obviously haunted by Bones, and there's also a killer dog involved, and there's also some terrible CGI. Like, this come during a time period where there was some awful CGI, and it does get used at times in this. The kill count's okay. There's some, for the most part, people that die probably deserve it, but it's like Bones. They try to make him this like tormented anti-hero in some ways, but then they never really fully go through with it. And some people that probably don't deserve it get in the way of his wrath. But at the end of the day, this is a decent movie. And I said it with Wrong Turn, and I'll say it again. I think stuff like this was probably just because it come out during a time period where stuff was so bad, because there was so much stuff hitting the video store that was terrible. And then something like this would come out, and it was just enough to get by. So people are more fond of this now than they probably was, the other stuff that come out at the time. So people remember it, and it's like, well, Bones is pretty decent. So, and then you go back and you watch it now, and it's just okay. Which I think Stoop is terrible in it. Which he has a few cool one-liners in it here and there, but there's some parts and it's terrible. I think the movie probably hits its peak like later on when he actually kills one of the people that he's after, and he ends up walking around with their head, and there's some funny stuff there. That's probably when the movie is at its peak. Everything else is just okay. And it's got Pam Grier in it, and it's still okay. But that's Bones from Scream Factory. Blu-ray looks good. Movie's okay. Movie's another 3 out of 5. Another one of those. But it's fun to go back and revisit if you haven't seen it in a while. And I hadn't seen it in a long time, so I don't mind it. But now having seen it, it'll probably be another decade before I ever see it again. So